Hey everybody, welcome back to TRUtalk. This is our first episode with 4 people, so it's extra exciting, and we've got a returning guest who is wonderful and a new guest who is also wonderful. But as always, my name is Mr. Pure Instinct, or MPI for short, if you guys prefer that, and I'm joined by Mallet Editor, my usual co-host. Mallet, how are you?
I'm not dead yet, so I'll take it.
Hey,
Yay!
got that going for you, kid. We also have RaabTDK joining us. It is his first time, so we're going to throw it to him. Raab, instead of the questions like we used to do, just give us an overview of who you are, what you stream, why you like streaming, little facts about yourself.
Fun.
Well, hi, I'm Raab. As I like to say, I am the friendly neighborhood space nerd, and I pretty much do all space content. For instance, the game I'm playing right now is Kerbal Space Program, which I'm sure a lot of people aren't familiar with, but those that are know that it's a super spacey game. It's very realistic and to a point. You get to blow up little green men. It's kind of fun. But I also do science communication. So I do broadcasts of live rocket launches from SpaceX or NASA or any of the big guys that you can find on the internet. I do live launches where I can explain things and answer questions about space. And it's really what I'm passionate about is about spaceflight. So I annoyed the crap out of my friends to the point that they said, why don't you just do a Twitch stream so you will stop telling us about this all the time? And so I did. I started a Twitch stream and I've loved it so far.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, I've watched some of the rocket launches before, and like, I don't understand any of it, but you break it down to where I can understand what's happening and like why it's happening, and it's always really interesting because I think space is really cool. Like, it's like the unexplored area, you know, or just it's, you know, Star Wars,
The final
Star Trek,
frontier.
yeah, all that kind of stuff.
These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise.
So how we get there is really interesting, and now that there's more than just like NASA, it feels like there's like a competition heating up again. So people want to be like the first one to get there, and it's really interesting to watch that stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely a really interesting time to have gotten into it with SpaceX doing what they've done with really revolutionizing broadcasting of space events because they make it so dynamic and interesting and fun. It's kind of interesting to me, at least. I get my viewer count for when I have to do a SpaceX launch is like 10 times that of when I do anything.
That's awesome. Well, cool. Anything else you want to let people know about you, yourself, your stream?
Not really. Just if you want to learn about space, come check me.
Cool.
Space.
Well, Diabear, welcome back. We're glad to have you on again.
Thank you.
What's been going on with you?
A lot of what I've been doing before. We're still doing the Destiny grind, and we're prepping for Shadowkeep. Oh my gosh. My whole community is excited. Yes, exciting too. We're getting more people involved with the raids, so we're doing a lot more raiding, and it's just changing the game for us. But Armor 2.0, we all want to look really amazing and have awesome mods, so we have this big story coming out in a week, and I all I can think about is armor.
Yeah, I get it. You're expanding the universe, blah, 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 blah. I want to look good while I do it.
Nightmares, whatever. Just give me my armor. Ornaments, yes. Wow, what else are we doing? Oh, yeah, I'm going to start building my YouTube channel. I'm going to start a Destiny for Beginners series because a lot of people in my community are very casual players. They play a lot of other games, and I always get asked a lot of questions about how to do some very basic things. Mm-hmm. And this information just isn't out there. Like, your more experienced gamers don't know how to explain the really simple stuff. Like, I think I'm going to do some videos on how to use the Warlock jump. You know, people complain about it, and those of us who have, you know, a couple thousand hours on a Warlock have no problem with it, but there is an art to it. And so I'd like to feature each character and go over that. Just the really basic stuff that I hated Destiny. I wanted to like break my computer when I was trying to navigate my first few days through that Warlock jump. I cursed it.
Yeah.
Just cursed it. I'm glad I stuck it through though, because I really love playing Warlock. And then since Destiny is going to be free to play, year one is free to play, I'm going to start another account and go through it with a brand new character and start a video series with that. So I know what new players are actually going through, because people are going to come into the stream and ask me about it. And I won't know what's going on, because New Light is going to be different from what I experienced when I first started playing Destiny. So yeah, that's so my community is a resource for new Destiny players, and the clan is made up of people who just, you know, stopped by and thought the game looked fun and they bought it, and now they're part of the community. So that's what we do.
That's awesome.
We
So
also
Warlocks.
play other games. Yeah, I play Overwatch too, but
I guess I play other stuff.
So
well,
how
the
to play different
content is
classes.
crazy in Destiny. It's not like I have everything done. It's
There's so much stuff in that game, and it's not even like it's
No
all
kidding.
like in a line. There's all this stuff all over the place, and it seems like
It's like
there's
real
always
life,
something
except it's
new
not.
too.
and it's gorgeous.
Mhm.
Oh my
Right?
gosh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I am floored. I'm always seeing new things in the game. Like, we went into something. Oh, we did a strike that we've done a bazillion times before. And instead of paying attention to everything that was blowing up with my sunshot, I looked up and I saw just stars above this thing that we were in. And I was like, wow, this is so cool. And so Shadowkeep, I think, is going to also have some pretty cool stuff. But I'm excited about the fact that some of the D1 content is being repurposed for Shadowkeep, because a lot of us never got to play D1 because it's on console. And so I get to actually experience some of what your longtime Destiny players have done. So
That'll be
Yeah.
fun.
I remember
Exciting.
I played Destiny 1 on Xbox, and I played with 2 coworkers, and we played like every single night religiously until like 3 o'clock in the morning. And all of our girlfriends hated us because we were loud as hell, just shouting at this game. And they hated me, my 2 fire team members, because I always went off the path and would go in like every little nook and cranny and every little cave. They'd be like, come on, like, we're just trying to do the strike. And I was like, we haven't been on this map yet. I got to go in this little cave. And like the like few times that it paid off, they were like, "Oh, dude, thank you so much." I was like, "Nah, I know, I should go
and
in here."
they stick the weirdest things in the weirdest places. I mean, there are things in parts of the map I didn't even know you could get to until I saw like Esoteric, you know,
And
go out there and show us where a piece of lore is located.
I don't think they did this in Destiny 2. Correct me if I'm wrong, but in Destiny 1, all over the game, everywhere, there were just random ghosts. And you would just collect them, and like that was your in-game like collectible. Like, you know how
So
there's
yes,
like
they have dead ghosts.
yeah, that's
that
what
you
it
can
was. It was
find.
dead ghosts, and you would like
Yeah.
resurrect it, and it would just kind of be like, "You found me," and then it would go away, and that was it.
There's actually a lore book. I think it's called Ghost Stories.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it's one of the things that I read to my community, and it's funny. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, it's so funny.
So I always found those, and they were like, "Oh man, I'm glad that we came up here around this pipe, and like you have to crouch down and look straight at the ground to get there. But I'm glad that you did this, so I didn't have to do it."
Yeah, there's a lot more stuff. They also have random scannables that came out with the most recent season for Opulence, and then man, there's a lore book that's tied to just playing with Thorn. You just kill like 500 things and you get one of the pages. There's so much lore in Destiny 2, and we debate it. Some of it's you have to be careful because some of the books are written from different perspectives. Like Reddit is really fun because there's one book written by Marasov, and they're like, well, this is, you know, this is what she said, so this is the truth. And it's like, dude, she's an evil, I'm not going to say the word because we're on TRUgaming, but like, this is written from her perspective. She's probably lying to you in this book. You know, you need to take that approach when you're reading the lore, and so it's really fun. So there's a lot of different theories, and yeah.
Are you
I
still
can just
reading all
picture your
that?
videos though.
You what?
Are you
What'd
still
you say?
reading all of like the lore and stuff with your community on stream, or have you guys
Not
kind of
a
like
lot.
started to catch up with a lot of it?
Well, I had actually gone through it, and we started Destiny 1 again, and this season's been really, really weird. Like, sometimes I have a ton of people in my stream, and other times nobody's there, and it's like, I don't really want to read for a couple hours to someone who's not there. So I was gonna start I got partway through the D1 lore again, and I was gonna read like The Fallen today, and I was way too tired. So I just wanted to play my video game. And
That's fair.
I thought
Fair.
about it, and I was like, you know what I need to do is I need to go through and pick a section of lore, familiarize myself with it, so when I do read it, it makes sense. And then I want to do a YouTube video. So I think I'm
Mhm.
going to do, and this has been done, but mine's just going to be like, hey, this is the lore book, and here's some art with it. And so it's not going to be like what you get from oh gosh, who's the big lore guy on YouTube?
Got
Really
me.
deep voice. He's from England. He's excellent. He'll read through some of the lore and then he actually explains it. Like, he's one of the
Okay.
super big names in Destiny. You're going to see him at as a guest in certain events. And oh, my name is Bife. That's who it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know
My
who you're
stuff
talking
will
about.
not be his caliber, but I figured I like doing the reading in this way. If I put the videos out there, they can be well done. I can feature them on my channel. If I go on breaks, we can always pop a lore video on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we talk about lore all the time, and we now have jokes about some of it, and it just makes the game so much more fun when you get into it. And I've never cared about lore in a game before, and then after playing Destiny for like a year and a half, when Forsaken dropped, I was like, okay, I don't get it. What does this mean?
Yep.
I'd hear something in a strike that I've heard before, and I'd be like, this is fascinating. Who is this person? And then people would start telling me, and then I became invested in it.
Yeah.
There we go.
I think
I can just picture your video series though. It's like warlocks, how to jump; hunters, how to throw knives; titan, how to eat crayons.
I might actually do one on why we hate hunters, because you
Hey!
can actually kill your teammates in Destiny, and it's usually a hunter who bumps into someone and knocks them off a cliff. And it usually is a hunter. So I might have to do a fun video.
Yeah,
Like,
titans.
How not to kill your
eat
teammates.
crayons.
Like, and you'll hear me yell at my teammates sometimes. I'll be like, stop running into me! 'Cause someone almost killed me last night, and someone who's usually in my fire team did it. And he's like, well, he'll say something like he didn't do anything. I'm like, no, dude, you almost pushed me off. He's like, well, you can run through your teammates. I said, no, this isn't Overwatch.
Yeah,
you
wrong
cannot
game.
run through your teammates. You will murder them, and you just killed me.
See, I would need a tutorial just on how to not fall off of things.
Oh
and
my
I can tell you
God.
about
Right?
Yes. We played Destiny 2 from beginning all the way through. I think it was what was the last expansion in Destiny 2? Forsaken? Is that right?
Forsaken, yeah.
I played all the way through that, and I took Raab through part of the beginning of the game. And there's one where you have to jump down an elevator shaft. He
Yeah.
jumped and missed the landing, I think, 3 times in a row
Yeah.
while it
You
was
gotta
on
push
stream.
spacebar.
So
Yeah, but no, it's that elevator jump on. It's on Titan, I think.
you have to you have to jump and then kind of like
Yeah.
boost your way down a
It's
little
like
bit so
really
you don't
small
slam.
platform. I missed it about 4 because it's even if you hit it with like your spacebar and stuff, it's still you lose most of your health on hitting it, and it's really hard,
Yeah.
especially when you don't know what you're
If
doing.
you're
I know
playing
exactly
Titan,
what you're
that's
talking about.
highly likely, because
I was
It
playing
just-
Hunter. Thank
just
you very
Well,
much.
flew
no,
by.
Hunters are the best.
you shouldn't have that problem with a hunter.
Hunters. Okay. You.
Titans, though, you push spacebar and they drop like so much further. So you have to push spacebar way earlier with a Titan. So you'll hit it before you hit the floor, and you may still die.
It was
So-
it was really funny
I've
though.
seen this clip though. Didn't you post it in like your giant last year
It's in my
video?
it's in my
I've seen
my
that
1
clip.
year full-time anniversary video of him just
Oh,
dying
yeah.
like 3 or 4 times, and it's just me laughing at him over and over again.
Yeah,
It's
as
pretty
I'm
good.
screaming, and I'm like, I'm gonna get it this time, and you just see my character just go,
Good
Well,
times.
what's funny is like Whisper of the Worm and Shattered Throne and a lot of these other dungeons, they're serious platforming puzzles.
Oh my god.
And there are parts of Destiny, like the person I play with, Moose, and I both have a fear of heights, and it'll trigger us, or it used to trigger us. Now we've been through it so many times, but I would just be like all tense and freaking out, like, oh my god, it's so high up, this is so weird. But yeah, visually it's just incredible. It's cool that a game can actually do that to you.
I think it might have been Destiny. I saw somebody made a time lapse in a video game a few years ago, and it was just like of the day-night cycle in a video game. And it might have been Destiny, but it might have been something else. And I had the thought at one point where I was like, I'm going to do this in every video game. And I was like, nobody's going to watch that. So I didn't do it. But now I want to do it again. But yeah, it was just like they just stood there and like stared right in the same spot and just like left it alone and let it run and then just sped it up in their editing software.
cool.
It was really interesting.
There's one forge that you can go out to in the EDZ on Earth for people who don't know Destiny. And it's I love walking out there because it reminds me of where I used to live in northern Michigan. It's very rocky and pine trees, and you've got kind of like a red, sand rocky path. It's such a cool place, and you can actually tell like whether or not it's morning, when it's noon or evening, and then of course the nighttime is great. You've got the darker sky with all the stars, and it's just incredible. And I didn't even start noticing the cycle until maybe a few months ago, and I'd be like, hey, it's nighttime. This is so cool. Like, I'm noticing things that I've always ignored because I was always focused on blowing things up with my sunshot.
Oh, you're one of those warlocks.
What, blowing things up? I love seeing things explode.
No, blowing
it's
things
awesome.
up with a sunshot.
Oh, I'm like,
warlocks.
I am the leader of the Sunshot Church. Yes. The Church of Sunshot. That's me. My whole clan has an appreciation for the Sunshot. They're like, why do you like this gun? Well, let me explain this to you. If you get a headshot, you're going to do really well with it.
Kaboom!
And it's fun against Thrall. There are areas where you can go and you just have like tons of explosions, one after another. And it's entertaining.
Cool.
So, speaking of games where you shoot stuff, I want to talk about Call of Duty for a second.
Yeah.
So, today they had the State of Play, which is basically like PlayStation's Nintendo Direct, but they do them less. I watched the whole thing. It's about 26 minutes long, and I felt very meh about most of it. But, so they had the Last of Us 2 trailer and the announcement for like when that game's coming out, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like The Last of Us that much, the gameplay, but I loved the story, so I feel like I'm gonna have to suffer through it again because the story really drew me in. But then they had the Call of Duty announcement trailer. So for those of you guys that don't know, Call of Duty has had exclusivity with PlayStation for, I think, 3 or 4 years now. That the PlayStation players will get the map packs first when it comes out, and that is the console that the competitive games are played on. So if you play Call of Duty professionally, if you play it at tournaments, things like that, you were playing on the PlayStation 4. Before that, it was with Xbox. Well, most people didn't care that they got the map packs like 30 days early. It was like a month and a half. PlayStation would have the map packs, and then Xbox would get it later. Kind of annoying, but not that big of a deal. So this time around, they have a game mode called Spec Ops, which was in old Modern Warfare games. And it's basically like load into a map, and you do some missions and have objectives, and you complete those, and you get out and kind of try to get like the best time, the best score, that kind of stuff. They've decided to add in a survival mode, which is basically just going to be Horde mode from Gears of War. It's just waves of enemies, you kill them, and you survive as long as you can. So that is going to be a PlayStation exclusive until October 1st of 2020. And this game launches October 25th of 2019. So, why?
First of all, how dare you?
Yeah, first of all.
Yeah, I think this is just another instance of a big developer, Activision in this case, screwing over the gaming communities again.
Oh,
They
it's
made an exclusive
Activision.
deal with PlayStation. And, my question, I know we talked about this earlier in Discord, and I was saying, I'd be pissed if I was Xbox or PC and I'd already pre-ordered the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what did I pay for? And how are they charging the same amount for
So,
a game on Xbox and PlayStation?
I kind of figured out how they're doing it with some clarification after spending some time on Twitter, and it's that you're still going to get Spec Ops if you buy on Xbox or PC, from what I understand right now, but you only get like the missions and the objective version. You don't get the survival, just waves of enemies. So it's like the waves of enemies is kind of like a sub game type in that game type. But at the same time, I also feel like it's the only one I would ever play.
Yeah, I feel like you can't be taking parts of a game that are actually like big parts of a game and make them exclusive. I could care less about a skin or a map pack or something.
Yeah.
You start taking whole game modes and making them exclusive. What?
Also, your Call of Duty. There's going to be a new Call of Duty in a year. Why are you even going to put it in at that point? Nobody's going to play last year's Call of Duty when the new one's coming out that month. I'm not going to pick it up and be like, oh, I got to get into survival right now for 3 weeks.
I mean, I've never played Call of Duty, and I think the entire franchise is stupid, but... Sorry, but like there's okay, it's just like the first one was unique and interesting, but now there's 20 same. It's literally all the same game and people are paying for it. $50-$60 a year for the same game. Why?
Yeah. Hey, here's a new map, basically.
Yeah, and
Why?
I can kind of get and understand buying the new Call of Duty every year, since there's at least a new story with it, because there's 3 studios that develop these games now. So you've got Treyarch, you have Raven Soft, I think, and then there's one other one who's Infinity Ward, the big one. So they all 3 make the games. So basically, there's like 3 sub games of Call of Duty at this point, and it's very torn on what people like the most. Like there's the Black Ops franchise, and then there's the Modern Warfare. So they're kind of different unless you buy like every one of them every year. And even then they have like their differences in the multiplayer and stuff. And if you want to play competitively, you have to be on that game. So if you play in tournaments, or aspire to play in tournaments, you have to be playing the newest version of Call of Duty. You can't be playing, Modern Warfare 3 when Black Ops 4 is the current game.
To each their own.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people who think the fact that I pre-ordered Shadowkeep 3 months ago is insane. So, hey, to each their own. I just personally think the whole thing's...
Yeah, and like I actually played the an open beta or alpha or something for Modern Warfare a few weekends ago, and I thought it felt really good. Like the gunplay felt different, it all moved different, and it felt like it was a little bit of a new experience. It's obviously not going to be brand new. It's still Call of Duty. You're still, this side versus this side shooter, which is every first-person shooter. Yeah. But you could feel a difference. Like the guns, when you shot it, there was actual recoil, and you felt like you were shooting that weapon rather than being a super soldier who's shooting a Desert Eagle and the gun doesn't move.
But I'd rather be a super soldier who's shooting a Desert Eagle and the gun move. I don't want to have to think when I'm shooting people in my online video game.
There shouldn't have to be any skill here.
Exactly! Why do you think I'm a mercy main?
You just want to be able to shoot people in the face.
No, it's great. Battle mercy. Take out the Pharah while ulting.
I actually had a game like that today on my
Nice.
Throw account.
Do tell. Wait, you have a Throw account?
Maybe.
Too deep.
Raab, have you ever played Overwatch?
I have not. I am not an FPS guy at all.
You're a Dead by Daylight person.
Yes, I'll play Dead by Daylight, but most of my games are about space, so.
Space.
Halo and Destiny are in space.
Yeah, realistic space.
Halo's
Destiny's
in space.
Destiny's realistic space. You go to Titan, and you go to Io, and you can go to Mars and Mercury,
Hey, I was
and
gonna say,
Earth, and those are all real places.
Those
going
are
to the
real
moon
places.
in a
The
week?
moon, that's
Yeah,
a
we're
real
going-
place.
Moon's
We went there
haunted.
in 1969. The Even Stevens taught me that.
Moon's haunted. So
the space guy's like, I hate you guys so much.
It's so
Moon's
hard when
fine.
I want to say things that I can't.
He's
It's
like,
just,
nope,
oh,
nope,
my
I'm done with
mind."
this. I'm just waiting for his camera to drop out. He's like, I'm out.
When I was in college, I took astronomy in college.
Oh, that was the only 8 a.m. class I would actually drive to East Lansing for. Yup.
Best science
Yup.
class ever.
A. All A's.
My astronomy professor, he understood that most of us were only in there because we needed a science credit and not because we were actually into it. But he went out of his way to try to get us to be into it. So on Halloween, he dresses up as like a super scary mad scientist and jump scares the people who show up late to class by hiding behind the door.
Nice.
And then at the end of every class period, he'd show us a picture of a galaxy or a nebula or something pretty, and he'd be like, okay, here's today's pretty picture. Jump scares every single one of us. I jumped about 3 feet out of my chair and almost landed on the floor.
Yeah,
Great class, though.
my biology
lab is
teacher
so
in college basically decided that we were all going to be biologists. And
Ooh,
was like, yep, you have to work super hard in this class, and you're going to do, 3 or 4 hour labs. And I was like, bro, I'm a theater major. I'm going to make pretty lights. I don't need to know how every bone in my body moves. I just need to know if it breaks, go to doctor, get it fixed. Like, why am I doing this? Calm down, buddy.
Well, here's the thing with that for me. It's like, if I bend my arm the right way, then it looks like I need to go to doctor and get it fixed.
Right.
I can't afford doctor to get it fixed.
Yeah, it was the same thing like with algebra. I was like, I need to know 2 formulas, and both of them are how light goes from there to here. And I can do that in an app on my phone.
Yeah, my two science classes were astronomy and science for education majors.
Science for education majors.
I was not an education major at all.
Wow.
I had to get special dispensation to be in that class because it's like there were only a few spots open after the actual ed majors got in. So I had to get special permission to be in that class, and it was great because it was all like 4th grade level science.
Nice.
Wow.
See, that's
No
what I
effort
wanted from like
at
those
all.
core classes, as they called them at my college. They're like, these are the core classes that everyone has to take. And I was like, cool, I just took the same biology class I took my freshman year of high school. Why did I pay for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
whole thing
wanted
was
you go to classes for the thing you're going to do for the rest of your life.
Thank you.
And things
even
that's-
half of those classes for me were dumb.
Oh my god.
Yeah, none
The
of those classes did anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to so at my college, and I think most colleges you can probably do this, but you could test out of some of those core classes. So like you could do like writing assessments, and they would be like, well, you could take up to English, whatever, and you don't have to take this one. You get the credit for it automatically. And math was that way, and other stuff. I was like, why can't I do that for everything? Because I had to take like beginning lighting 101, and the first day he was like, this is how you use your wrench. This is how you hang your light. And I'm like, I know that. I know all of this. Can I just jump to the next one? They wouldn't let me. It
Yeah.
was dumb.
The way my college did it was, you could test out of things, but you'd still have to have however many credits in those courses.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, you could test out of foreign language, like Spanish 1 or whatever.
Mhm.
But you'd still have to have 2 semesters of language.
That's dumb.
So I purposely flunked.
Yeah, at
flunked
that
my
point I would too.
test. Well, it's like, okay, I rocked that Spanish placement test but half of it wasn't because I know Spanish, it's because I know Italian. And Spanish and Italian are fairly similar. So it's like, and honestly, given that my Spanish 2 teacher was so bad, they fired him mid-semester. Like, we're not even talking like after I was done with the class. It was in the middle of the class. They canned him. Yeah. It's like,
That's pretty rough.
But my school had this particular core class program that was the dumbest thing ever invented. It was like a Bible class, 2 history classes, a political science class, and a lit class, and an ethics class. And all of them were so dumb. Like, it was the worst thing ever. But the worst part was because of the way they worded this particular curriculum, none of those classes were transferable.
Oh, no.
So it's like, okay, yeah, I've got 2 history classes under my belt. but another university won't take them. I've got a lit class, great. Doesn't matter, still got to go retake it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
oh, it was the worst. I had a couple of friends who ended up in college for like extra 2 years because of that, and I got stuck at that school because I couldn't really afford to go anywhere else.
That kind of happened to me, sort of. So I went to 2 colleges. One of them was like a university, and the other one was a community college. So the university that I went to is where I studied theater, and we had to take, as a theater major, no matter what your main focus was, you had to take acting. Didn't matter if you were an actor or a technician, you had to take acting. It's like, okay, I get it.
That makes sense.
You want
I
us to
get
do
it.
everything in the theater program, because it was the same way. Like, all of the actors had to take design classes. They had to work in the theater with technicians and learn both sides of it. And it was kind of good because you would know all that, but also it was good because both sides would see how hard the other ones worked. So there were less people that were like, oh, well, actors are just, blah, whatever. They don't do anything. I was like, no, like, it's hard. I know people that work their butt off doing that. But at my university, if you took acting, you didn't have to take public speaking. It replaced it. Okay. So I killed 2 birds with 1 stone. And when I left there and went to study computer information technology, they were like, yeah, you have to take public speaking. I was like, but I took acting. That replaced it. And they're like, doesn't here. So I had to do it anyway. I was like, okay, well, first of all, I want to do IT work. I'm not going to be doing public speaking. Be talking to like maybe 1 person, but
Says the streamer.
hey,
Yeah, says the streamer.
hey, I learned all that from acting.
I almost gave my speech teacher a heart attack. So like legit, she turned gray and everything. I didn't like her, so I was all for it.
My speech teacher was really tough on me, and finally I went up to her and I was like, look, I'm trying to get into a very competitive program here. It was when I was going for my ultrasound degree. And I said, I need an A in this class. Yeah. And I did well. I did fine speaking. But I was always like that student who they always tried to challenge a little bit more. Like, in business school, I didn't have time to work on a marketing paper, and I can't believe the lecture I got from my professor. Like, I expected more of you, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, wow, it really kind of sucks excelling all the time, because the 1 week you have a bad week, you're going to get lectured.
Right.
I'm so disappointed in you. And my writing and my speech teachers always had high expectations of me, because my brother and I have always been gifted in that area. Yeah, she gave me the A. I didn't need the rest of my life to be screwed up from, her trying to challenge me. A. So that's the only time I ever kind of demanded a letter grade from an instructor. Usually I just didn't care, because once it's over with, it's over with.
Yeah.
Nice.
I wasn't get into that.
we had to do different types of speeches, and the last one of the semester was a persuasive speech. And
That's what mine was too.
At the time in North Carolina, there was no minimum drive hours requirement for driver's education or getting your permit or anything like that. It was just, you would just have to be this age. So I had pictures and everything, and at the time I was about a year removed from a really nasty car accident that destroyed my car and should have killed me. So I opened with a picture of my car, went through my speech, and then ended saying, yeah, that was my car. And the teacher turned gray, clutched at her chest, and I thought, oh, no. I don't like her, but geez, I don't want to kill her.
I don't not like her that much. Jeez.
I know.
Also, am I going to fail this class if I kill my teacher?
She gave me 100. So
Wow.
I know.
A pity grade.
Right.
Hey, I'll take it.
That's awesome.
That's how you scare somebody half to death. I mean, legit, it was just like my own picture. I think she was wondering where my sources were for the pictures, and so it's like, yeah, that's my photo of my destroyed car. And,
Isn't it funny though how some people will like overreact to that, like, oh my god, and it's like, but I'm here and alive.
Yeah,
and
like
fine.
I'm here
I
now.
need to react to it. The car is messed up. It happens. But
Yeah.
Well, I'll take this.
I can't.
Hey, I'll take the sympathy, even though it's like 8 years out, because it's my excuse for forgetting people's names.
Did
Wait, remembering names? What?
Did you guys ever have a teacher in high school or college that said you weren't allowed to use the internet for a research paper?
Yes.
No.
I mean,
Middle school, yes.
I'm older than you guys, okay? Like, we didn't have the internet when I was in high school.
They
I mean, we
didn't make
did,
that yet.
but it was like Windows 3.1 and no.
I had
We still used libraries.
No, I had in college, and this was like 2 years ago. I had a class that we had to do a research paper and could not use any internet sources. They had to be all library print.
Wow.
It
Yeah.
was stupid.
We had
Yeah.
that. My sophomore English teacher in high school did that. And I'm pretty sure that every single person found a way around it. There's like,
Well, it's easy. You use the internet to look up.
Well,
to look
I
up
was
books
just
and
gonna say
things.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
Just
go
look
get
up
the resource.
yeah, or just look up the book that it's in, get the exact same information from the internet, and just be like, I found it in this book.
Yep.
But yeah, it was stupid because he was like, it was about you had to write a paper, I think, about like a celebrity's life, like a small biography about that person. He was like,
And you couldn't use the internet?
Exactly. He's like, you can use magazines, you can use books, you can use movies if they were in movies.
Because magazines are so
I was like, yeah,
truthful.
because every magazine
books are
about a
so
celebrity
up-to-date.
is like spot on, right?
Wow.
It was so dumb. I hated that kind of stuff. It's like, why are you doing this? Like,
The amount
The
of
funny
time
thing is that
wasted.
libraries use the internet to, like, you can access your library via the
Exactly.
internet. to find out what the sources
yeah, like now
are.
you can rent almost any book that's in a library on your Kindle app.
Yep.
Yeah, that's just what everybody did. You just went to, our online library for the university. But of course, I had to find the one book that I needed that I had to do interlibrary loan that came from like NYU. They were like, your book will be here in a week. I'm like, what? How? I just need to download it. And they're like, no, we don't have it. You got to have the printed copy, and that's it. And the only place we get it from is NYU, so you have to wait.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh. No, school just honestly sucked. Like, I hated school. It was the worst.
Oh.
No, I had a guy actually a year, 2 years ago actually apologize for how much of a jerk I was back in high school, and it was the most uncomfortable experience I've ever had.
Yeah, that sounds kind of awkward. Like, okay.
It's like, I appreciate the effort because it takes a lot of courage to A, admit that you were a terrible person, and B, apologize for it. But good gosh, was it awkward. It's like, what do you even say to that? Especially since he said part of the reason why he treated me like...
Thanks.
Well, part of the reason he said why he treated me like dirt is because he had a crush on me or something.
Ugh.
And it's just like,
Uh,
wow,
That's a-
thanks.
Yeah, what a great way to show it.
Yeah.
I mean, that is how young boys actually do act.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but honestly,
It's a truthful
just
thing.
one kind word from him, and I would have been head over heels, honestly. That's how
Right?
miserable I was.
Build
in
my
school.
terrible confidence.
Exactly.
If teenage boys knew the truth about teenage girls, oh my gosh.
Ugh. High school was nasty enough without adding that there.
Oh, I hated high school. I'm so
High
glad to be
school's
out of it.
First.
Yep.
I ended
I
up
think-
transferring out and into a different one, and that one was way better because I hardly remember it because I got hit on the head. Yay!
That'll do it.
Mhm.
I think the only thing that I liked my theater classes, and I liked going on field trips for theater because I just got to go work and got paid for it, which was super cool for like being 15 years old.
There you go.
And I liked my computer classes because I just played on the computer. That was how I like got into gaming content, was in my
Okay.
computer classes, because I took like the Microsoft like Office class that you have to take, and then they were
Yeah.
like, okay, so now you know how to turn on your computer and open Word. Great. We have an advanced one that works more with like formatting and Excel and Access. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to take that. I'm a
Ah.
giant nerd. And
I
then
actually had to take classes for all three of those, yes.
And-
I love how the education system has you do that for programs that are going to be obsolete in 2 years.
right?
I didn't have to take classes in Office Prep. Like, we had a typing class
Ours
that
was like
required once, and that was it.
Ours
I took typing in high
was-
school. That was one of the best classes I ever took.
I think it was like a required, like, might have been called typing, or it was something like that, but like the beginning of it, they were like, this is how you turn on the computer. This is how you create a folder. And I was like, I'm in high school. And I
You're like a year older than me.
yeah, and I was like, we had computers since elementary school in our
I'm
schools.
a millennial. I've been doing this since I was 3.
Yeah, I was like, why are you teaching me how to make a folder? To be fair, that was the class that we turned the instructor's screen upside down in the software.
Oh, God.
How you could do that with like your desktop. And he turned on the monitor and like he had it connected to the big projector and it was upside down. He was like, what is this? And he's like, how? I don't know what to do about this. And he spent like 20 minutes trying to fix it until finally he looked at like my friend who did it, because it was like me and 2 other people knew what we were doing in the class. He was like, I know you did this. Get over here and fix this right now. But he was just like, and like he was always like, okay, so we're going to open Microsoft Word and I need you to type this paragraph. And you would hear like half of us just would be like, just like typing away. And then you would see him in the back like, I was like, why are you teaching this class? I'll tell you what. Go get a cup of coffee. I'll knock this out for you in about 10 minutes, and then we'll all just hang out for the rest of the day.
Oh my God.
But we had like 4 levels of computer class. And there was like the required one that everyone took. There was like advanced Office and like that kind of stuff 1 and 2, which I don't know how much more you can get advanced with that stuff and need 2 classes for it. But then they had the last one was called IT Lab, and you could either study web development, JavaScripting, hardware like and software computer repair, and Photoshop, and a few other things like that. So I did
your school when I needed it. Jeez.
I tried to do the web development one. I didn't do great in that class, but that's besides the point. But you took it 2 times. You had it block out 2 of your classes because it was so involved. So one of them I would do all of my work, and then the next one I would watch either Rooster Teeth or Game Informer's replay and play mini games.
That's how I work. I get things done really fast, and then I can screw off further.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. So
all
I was
the
like,
times, yeah.
knock this out and then mess around. And then when I was taking that was my senior year. And if you didn't have enough classes that you had to take or wanted to take, you could take study hall. I hate study hall. I didn't ever have homework to do in it. And they were like, well, you can't do anything else. So pretend you're doing homework. So like for an hour and a half, I was like,
They wouldn't even let you read or anything?
well, they're like, you can read a book. But I was like, I don't want to read books. I can be doing other things right now. So I took 2 study hall classes and was a teacher assistant for people. So one of them I would go to my computer class for a 3rd time. So if I didn't get stuff done, I could finish it then or play video games on the internet. And the other one I went and just hung out in my theater teacher's office and drank coffee.
There you go.
It was
My
pretty great.
senior year, I because I was so badly concussed, I had to change my whole schedule around. So it's like I had English, which there was an English class every year. So I had that, Italian, which I didn't really do anything in, and then band, and I was a TA for the guidance office, which by TAing for the guidance office, I would occasionally go get a kid out of class to go up to the guidance and counselor's office, and then I'd either go to the band room or the library. It was great. Yeah, I've got my massage chair on, and it feels so good.
I see a Hazarak said in chat that they did the same kind of thing, but submitted all their work in the first 3 weeks, then just played Halo and StarCraft on a shared drive. We did that with Quake. So we didn't have a shared drive, but that was like when everybody was starting to carry like flash drives on their keys. They were all like, like a whopping 1 gigabyte of data. But one person brought in Quake and made it executable off of that and just passed it around, and everybody copied it. And then we would load up little LAN parties in the classroom and play it. And our teacher didn't really care because she knew who had their work done and who didn't. And we would be playing that, and I don't know how many times like another teacher would walk in, but the way that the classroom was, you would walk in the front and go this way across, and then there were aisles that went back, and all of the monitors were facing this way. so no one could see what was on your monitor unless they came up from behind you or walked past you already. So as soon as that would happen, you would just see like you would hear like 4 or 5 people just be like Alt F4 really fast, and you just like hear the keys get hit real fast, and the game would close. So that's what we did a lot in high school. We played a lot of video games, and I watched a lot of video games. I was
went to a
a
military
model
high school.
student.
None of that was happening.
I had a boring job for the government with hardly any work to do, and I played Overwatch all day.
Nice.
Nice.
Good choices.
And the funny thing is, so I was in a county building, and
Mhm.
I could play the game, but the audio didn't work. So, I don't know why I got this idea, but I bought a VPN.
No.
So I'd get on the county network VPN and boom, everything worked. It was, yeah. So I had a VPN for a year, and then I quit my job because I hated it. It was so boring.
That's fair.
I can never work for the government again. It's just mind-numbing. I'm too smart for that.
Working for the government is stressful.
They can't get anything done. So
Exactly. That's why it's
Yeah.
stressful.
I was paid $26 an hour to play Overwatch, folks. Yep.
Hey, better than streaming. That's more than you'll make streaming. Unless you're Ninja.
This
Ninja
is
makes
true.
money by
Man, I
which
wish
is
I could
not
make
fair.
a living streaming. That would be awesome.
But mainly because that would mean I would never have to wear pants or shoes, both of which suck. Especially shoes. Shoes are the worst.
The other day, I took the day off of streaming, and we always talk about pants. We have people in our community who don't wear pants. So yeah, I get on Destiny. I'm like, yeah, I'm not streaming today. I have a t-shirt on. This is
Yeah.
great.
All in favor of starting a rally or a riot to ban the use of pants.
Have a pants-free Twitch.
Pants free.
I mean,
Pants-free.
I can
Some-
get behind this.
Some people already get to do that. They just don't get banned for it.
Yeah, I have to go to work. and I
Shade.
get
I would have to
fired.
actually bring some serious money into Twitch before they let me show things off and not get banned. I'm pretty sure there's a revenue connection there.
That would explain it. But hey, no more pants. No more pants. And more
Uh,
importantly, no more shoes. Because I hate shoes.
I mean, I don't have shoes on.
Neither do I right now, but I have to wear them to work. And not only do I have to wear
Sometimes
them
though,
to
I
work,
want the socks. The socks are, yeah, sometimes
I
a
have to wear
necessity.
dress shoes to work. And they hurt.
Aw.
And I hate them.
I hate the idea of business casual so much.
Yeah, I do too. Oh my god,
Um,
and that's what I have to wear every day.
I don't understand
I
it.
wear dresses to work.
Well, I get up a lot, so I'm sorry. Reading chat here.
If you work somewhere like where you're gonna be customer facing, I get it. But like if you just work somewhere that's just an office building and like customers never come there, or like maybe you do like tech support and the only thing you do is like take phone calls and do like desktop support, why can't I just wear jeans and like a nice shirt? Or like jeans and a t-shirt that isn't like offensive or something. Like I don't get it. It's dumb.
Yeah, I wear dresses to work normally because I hate dress pants. So, ugh. So anyway, now all y'all know exactly. Yay!
Yeah, I hate it. I don't miss it at all.
It's
Yeah, well, that's what I have to deal with every damn day. So
same. Rab, we're buddies. Yay. Dress clothes. Ugh.
what I don't get is my office. I can wear shorts, flip flops, and a t-shirt on Friday. That's allowed on Fridays, casual Fridays. But
Yeah.
the rest of the week, zero customers and clients to come to my office would know that I'm wearing a t-shirt. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, we have casual Fridays too, and we get to wear jeans, but shorts are not a thing. Which I guess is okay because my legs might people, but
So, at my last job that I had when I worked for the casino, we had to wear business casual, but I was regularly like out walking on the casino floor with all of the customers, so I kind of see where they're like, you need to look nice. But we had what they called jeans days, which were not casual Friday, but they happened on Fridays. It was every other Friday, and
Ooh.
you could wear jeans, and you had to donate to a charity. and it was like $3 to the charity that they chose, and you wore jeans. And then at the end of the month, they would tally up how much money they made and present like one of those big checks. But it wasn't like a full-sized big check. It was like half a big check, so it was like this big to that charity, and it was like Jeans Day money. So we could do that twice a month, and you had to pay to wear jeans to work.
Jeans Day money. Yeah, no, no. I'm not paying money to wear clothes.
I didn't really mind that much because it went to charities at least.
I'm still not paying money to clothes. Oh, is that a cat? I see a cat.
Kokomo.
There is. Mo has come to say hi.
Hi, cat.
Kokomo wants to say hi to TRUgaming again.
Everyone say hi to Kokomo. Look at
Hi,
Kokomo.
Kokomo.
Look at those
Aw.
eyes. She's like, oh, I don't know if I like the attention. I'm camera shy.
Those eyes are like, put me down.
Stage fright, stage fright, stage fright.
Yeah, she doesn't like camera very much.
Aw.
That's fair.
Well, she doesn't mind showing her butt to the camera because you certainly did
Yeah,
that.
I just saw that. It's okay.
I
That's
feel like I should show mine off now.
that's a pretty
Showing our
cat
pet?
thing to do though.
Hey, you. Hey.
Get your
My
kitty.
community is familiar with this little thing.
Oh,
My
look at the
dog.
puppy.
Oh, it's a puppy. Hello, puppy. Oh,
It's
you
a
go, puppy.
pupper.
Look
Yeah,
at that
little
doggo.
Little wiener dog. Yeah, it's my
Hi.
wiener. I like to show off my wiener on Twitch.
TOS. TOS.
Aw, you're so
Ah,
cute.
We're all gonna get
Hello.
banned.
Who's your
Yep.
fluffy puppy?
This is Team Dog over here. Mwah.
Yes, I love
Yeah, you're my little
Aw.
baby.
dogs. Oh, so cute.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Well, we have a little bit of time left, so do we want to start closing her up because we've got more people to do their closing statements now?
Sure.
It's the first one we've had 4 people. All right, Diabear, we'll throw it to you first since we started with Rab. What where can people find you? What do you got going on your stream? What's coming up? Do you have any big events? Anything you want to share with us that people can check out from you?
Well, I'm die_bear on Twitch. You can find me in chat there. Man, I'm really not innovating. I'm doing a lot of what I've been doing the whole time. If you like Destiny, stop on by. Join the Discord. We have a very active Discord that actually talks about stuff. It's not just, oh, hi, how is everyone today? I hate dead Discords.
Yeah. Hey, how's it going? Great. How about you? Great.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah. Hey, that's cool. No, we talk about some interesting things. And I think one of the biggest things is I'm putting together a raid team for the world's first challenge on the 5th.
Ooh.
Nice.
I am looking for raiders. We currently have 4 people, but I want to get more people in line. Like if anyone's interested in joining the team, I'd like to do some dungeons with you, like Whisper or Outbreak, and see how you work with us. And build an A team and a backup team, basically. So we want to do this. And I prefaced it with this. I said, so we're probably not going to finish this, guys, but I think we should go in and at least try, because it's a huge part of the Destiny experience. And anytime we've done raids before, we always watched videos or had people come in and Sherpa, and I think it'd be fun to actually see if we could figure something out. So it's just a matter of getting the right personalities together. We won't do an LFG because we've had some very bad experiences.
Yeah.
So I like to keep it in the community. Not necessarily in the clan. We do have a clan, but anyone who's cool and loves the game and is powered up and can actually play nicely with people and have a good attitude over many, many, many hours, we want you. So stop on by, and we're recruiting.
I
need bodies, okay?
I might have to talk to you about that because I miss Destiny raiding. I don't know if I can
It's
get caught up though, but I'll have to
Yeah.
talk to you about that. We'll talk.
Well, so everyone's going to be everyone's going to be 750 come Tuesday. So everybody, because they want to make sure that their biggest thing that they're emphasizing right now is play with your friends.
Right.
And you can't do that if you're 500 power levels apart. So what I've done and I'm finishing it up. Is I've created a prep chart.
Jeez.
Wow.
I know, I'm a geek, dude. This is
Wow.
all,
That got intense so fast.
well,
But
and
I
this
love
is,
it.
again, it's the result of a lot of people in my community asking, like, how do I do it? And, wow, I'm a new player and I go to the tower and I'm so confused. Which bounties do I pick up? This actually helps you hit every milestone in the most efficient way. So you're not duplicating your effort. And it's all about, it's based on 3 characters. And it's designed to get you leveled up fast because we have to be ready for the raid on Saturday. So I will be sharing this in my Discord.
You should do a video series about that.
Seriously.
Yeah.
You could even show like infographics and everything.
I could.
That would be pretty cool.
The problem is I'm streaming all day tomorrow, and then I'm going camping up north on Thursday. So
That's fair.
No, you mean
Yeah,
you
and
can't
then
bring your video editing equipment up? No.
I mean, the gaming PC is a little heavy, and it's northern Michigan. It's yeah, no. I'm going to be sitting around a campfire with my family, getting drunk and eating good food, and hopefully some brats.
that sounds like
Yeah.
way more fun than video editing.
Right? Yeah. I've been dying to go
Wait,
camping
no.
all summer, but with me being unemployed, I just couldn't make it happen. And it's like, this is happening. I got to do it. I miss camping.
Yay.
Yeah. So yeah, lots going on. Lots going on. Oh, and DieBear on Twitch or Twitter, both. I think it's die_bear on Twitter too. You know what? It's all on my channel. Just go look at the panels.
It's all on the
Right.
panels. We've already linked the channel in chat, so you guys can click on that.
Yay.
Let's throw it over to our new friend Raab. Raab, where can people find you? What do you got going on with your channel? Anything you want to announce, let people know about, so they can come check out your content?
Yeah, well, you can find me on Twitch, obviously, twitch.tv/RaabTDK. I stream on Monday and Thursday nights right now at 8 p.m. Central. Those are always gaming streams. So if you've ever wanted to learn how to play Kerbal Space Program, if you've heard about it or thought it looks cool or never heard about it at all but want to see what it is, come check it out. It can be a game that is difficult to get into because there's a pretty big learning curve at the beginning. But that's what my stream's all about, is teaching people how to get over that learning curve. So it's a very rewarding game. It can be super, super fun. If you like space at all, or want to build your own spaceships and fly them around and do all kinds of cool stuff, that's what KSP is about. And then for my live rocket launches that I do, we've kind of got a lull right now, but it's getting really exciting here in October, November, December, as all of the rocket companies try to finish up their launch manifest for the year. So it's going to get super fun with lots of really interesting launches happening, especially SpaceX is talking about doing 10 launches before the end of the year, which
Wow.
will be phenomenally fast. So if you're interested in space flight, space history, any of that kind of stuff, come check me out. I love talking about it. Also have a really active Discord where we like to talk about space topics and get off on tangents about dark matter and stuff. So it's all kinds of nerdy and fun. So you can always find me on Twitch. And also I'm going to be on the charity stream. I think we all are on the charity stream here in 2 weeks. I don't remember what time slot I signed up for. I do know it's on Saturday. But hopefully I can see a lot of you there. And always much love to the TRUfam.
Yeah.
Yay.
If somehow any of you guys in chat haven't been around for one of those yet, be around for it. They're big.
Pretty
and
lively. Yeah,
they're
I'll be
super
on
fun.
Sunday, I think it's 4:30
Yep. I've got
before I stream on my own channel. Yeah.
I've got Friday afternoon, so I will be there. Let's throw it to Mallet. Mallet, tell us about you, where we can find you, what you got going on, and all the fun stuff.
It's Mallet Editor for everything, so I'm fabulous. Come love me. Well, I will be coming off of my self-contained hiatus, not this week, but hopefully next week once the fiscal year ends at work and I can go about my day without having to worry about being until like 7 or 8 o'clock at night. So I will be participating in the charity stream in 2 weeks. My slot is from 10 p.m. to midnight on Friday. I'll be doing some Dead by Daylight, so moitering, all that jazz. we're gearing up for the big Extra Life 24-hour stream. I don't have details for that, but I know a lot of you hung out last year when we did it, and we were so close to $1,000 last year. So we're going to be supporting Duke Children's Hospital again with that. And yeah, I'm just happy to come back off a hiatus. Work's been stressful and I'm falling into little bitty pieces, but hey, I'm back. So yeah.
Well, awesome. And I can confirm that coming back is awesome because I did it yesterday. And it's super exciting. So I hope that you have as much excitement as I did coming back. Yeah, guys, thanks for listening. As always, Mr. Pure Instinct or MPI on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all the fun stuff. I do a lot of Dead by Daylight. I do story-based games. We talk about mental health and its importance on my stream. We have fun, and it's a good, safe community to come to if you ever need to just get away for a little bit. So you can click my name in chat. It's in there a bunch if you want to come hang out. Right now, it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Slowly easing my way back in. Because for those of you who don't know, I do stream full-time and do freelance work. So I don't want to burn myself out. So we're slowly easing back in and starting to put out more YouTube content as well. But guys, as always, thanks for listening. The episodes will be going up on YouTube or your favorite podcasting platform the Wednesday after they happen. So it's right turned around the next day. It's live on YouTube and your favorite podcasting platforms. So you can check it out there. If you guys have anything that you want to talk to us off of stream, you can join our Discord. You can email us at TRUtalk@TRUgaming.com or hit us up on Twitter. It's TRUtalk Podcast. So feel free to talk to us on any of those. If you have any topics you want us to talk about on stream, if you have anything you want to follow up on or questions or anything at all, that's how you can get a hold of us. So let's go around. Diebear, Raab, Mallet, thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and we will catch you on the next one. Stick around. We will be rating someone as we always do. So, bye, everybody.
Bye.